Have you ever watched a news story and it's tragic and your heart goes out to the people, but you don't ever think that this would happen to you? For instance, people losing their homes in California due to the fires, or people in Texas, Oklahoma, or Florida that get devastated by these storms that come through and they lose their roof or they lose their entire house and or the neighborhood is gone, wiped out. Or something really random, somebody gets struck by lightning or bit by a shark. We see those stories, our heart goes out, but I mean, how often do we actually think this could happen to me, so therefore I'm going to put some precautions in place to give myself an added layer of protection? I don't know about you, but I don't really think about that. I guess I think I'm just exempt. Not it's not going to happen to me. Well, what I want to talk to you about today is wire fraud and how it can happen to you. In fact, it's happened twice in the last week to clients of two of my colleagues. In one case, it was an elderly woman who sent her money, $50,000. Now think about that. That's a lot of money. She sent $50,000 by wire to the title company, and it was intercepted by one of these fraudulent people. In another case, it was a young couple. They had sold a home, so they had a nice little nest egg, and they wired $150,000 that to this day we don't know if it's going to be any portion of it's going to be recoverable. They did act quickly. They caught it not too long after it was sent, and they caught it through a conversation with the title agent. Now, as a mortgage lender, and I certainly know all of my title partners do this, all my realtors that I work with do this. In fact, I'm sure every realtor does this. We coach our clients about wire fraud and how to safely and effectively protect your money and make sure it gets to the title company without any hiccups and certainly without being stolen. But it still happens. In the second case, this younger couple, he was just anxious to get his final number and get the money over there. It was a big move for them, and they were just super excited. And he had been told by the realtor and by the title company that the figures were not finalized yet. And then all of a sudden, he gets an email. There's some final figures in there, and he sends it off. And later on discovered that this email wasn't from the domain of the title company. The person's name, even though they had stolen her name effectively, they'd misspelled it, and it came from a Gmail account. Those are some big signs, but you have to be looking for them to notice this. So in his case, he had sent the money, and luckily he caught it early enough that he was able to notify the bank. They were able to notify the recipient's institution and get that account frozen. Still don't really know if they were able to recover any of the dollars, and if so, how much. But what a scary thing to go through. So I can't caution you enough to be especially careful when you're wiring money. Most title companies today are using portals to share document information, which requires you to log in using your own created username and password, and within that portal, they have provided the wire instructions. If your title company doesn't do this and they're emailing them to you, I highly encourage you to pick up the phone, call them, and say, hey, I just got this email. I wanted to confirm that it's from you. I want to confirm these wiring instructions. It says this bank name, this routing number, this account number, this reference number. Go through the whole document with them to confirm that it truly is their wire instructions. So I just think that we can't be too careful, right? So take this to heart. It can happen to any one of us. It can happen to me. It can happen to you. So let's all do our best to safeguard our financial information and make sure that we know exactly who we are receiving information from and where we're sending information to. So we don't want this to happen to you. So I hope you find this helpful. Please let me know if there's anything I can assist you with or any questions that you might have regarding wire fraud or anything else during a mortgage transaction. Have a great day.